Yeah, it's been a long camp, you know, it's been a hard camp, but more mentally than anything, you know, making sure that we're just keeping the dedication to know that this was going to come through, you know, like, it's been a long, hard camp. But like you say, because it's a world title fight, we've all just give each other the edge and said, look, let's give this everything, you know, if we have to carry on training but taper it down a bit, then we'll do that. But in no way are we going to stop training. We just kept it moving, whether it was intense or just, like I say, tapering, you know, to make sure that there was another date coming. We've done that, and I don't think we would have done that. Me personally, I wouldn't have done that for any other fight. But like you say, it's a world title fight, and yeah, we've given it everything. Personally, I like to box often. Yeah, the last fight was a hard, you know, grueling night, but again, it's more up here than anything else. I mean, like I say, if you look through my record, you'll see the 4s and the 6 rounders, just because, you know, I'm not trying to gain anything from them. I just need that reason to be in the gym. I mean, I can train outside the gym, and I do train outside the gym on my own, but it's nothing compared to when, you know, you've got a diet and you've got to train properly for something, do you know what I mean? So I do like to have an end goal. So this 9 months has benefited my body personally, because, you know, I've had time to rest it off, but mentally it's been hard to just sit back and not fight, you know, and watch all the lads instead of, you know, having a day myself. But yeah, it's benefited without fail. I don't watch him, to be fair. Like I say, I always say, I don't watch him. I don't know much about him. I know his record, and I've watched about 3 or 4 minutes of him through camp. But no, I don't know much. For me personally, everyone looks good. Do you know what I'm saying? So some people will watch him and take a lot from it. You know, he does this well, he does this bad. I'm not that guy. I just see everything he does well, and, you know, it plays on your mind. But so I don't watch him. I leave it down to the team.
And still, WBC silver middleweight champion.
There's a few things when you watch it back that you think, if I'd have noticed in the fight, you know, it would have been an easier night. But no, I don't review it as such. But I have watched it back, and like I said, I watched it, and as mad as it sounds, they say it in the commentary as well, past the 4th, 5th round, he didn't have the same bounce as he did beforehand. I mean, he was tough and strong and durable, but he didn't have the same bounce. And if I'd have noticed that in the fight, maybe I would have picked it up, but I didn't notice that in the fight. But yeah, it was a good night. It was a good, hard fight. He's a cool guy, you know, we've seen him since, so yeah, it's just a good night.
It's with great pleasure that I'm able to announce that the winner for Contest of the Year is Sam Eggington.
Now, do you know what, I do really like picking up them accolades, ones that you don't know if you're going to get, so yeah, I'm glad to pick it up. I'm not trying to pick that up again though, you know, I don't want to fight of the year on an easy night. But yeah, no, I was glad to go there and go to the, you know, the awards and pick up a, you know, a nice trophy. Because like I said, I picked up the year before, but it was all locked down on it, so it got sent out in the post. You know, we didn't have that big, you know, get your suits on sort of thing. So yeah, it was nice to, you know, this time around to go up there and pick it up properly. It's hard to say. I mean, like the last one, when I got out the ring, people were saying how crazy the fight was. When I was in the ring, it was a hard fight, but it didn't seem any harder than the fight before, the fight before that, or the fight before that. Do you know what I mean? You're just in the fight. But then when you watch it back, you realise that, you know, it was a heavy night's work. But honestly, Pat, it's just what you know, I suppose.
When you're in the ring, you're just naturally kind of going with it.
Yeah, I think I always say that. I always say you revert back to what you know. And with the Molina fight, you know, I boxed a bit because I had the time and the space. You know, with the Jiu-Jitsu fight, I mean, I was meant to go in there and box a bit, but he just didn't give me the space. And when I tried to push him back and get myself a bit of space, he just come forward. So there was no let up, so you just revert to the back. You watch what you know. The boxing went out the window, and it was what it was. So yeah, I just think it's always since 11-year-old kid as an amateur, you know, I never boxed. You know, I went in there and I just had an all-out brawl. So yeah, I think you just go back to what you know and what you do well, I suppose. Yeah, because you know what it is. Like I say, I tried to, you know, get some respect. You know, give him a little push back and see if he'll step back a bit, whereas he didn't. So it was just, we just went into each other and it never stopped. But like I say, with a lot of people, you know, they'll push you back. You'll push them back a bit, and then they'll think, in fact, you know, they'll want a bit of room themselves. But with him, he didn't, you know, and that's what meant for the fight. We've always got a plan. Don't get me wrong. We've always got a plan. Again, it just depends how your man turns up. I've turned up to 2 fights in a row, completely different styled, you know. So yeah, he could do that. Do you know what I mean? So we've watched. Well, the team's watched all on him and told me what he does well and what he does bad and so on. But again, you know, we could turn up and flip the script. So we do have to. We've got a plan, of course, but we'll have to work out on, you know, the first couple of rounds, and see how he's boxing, see how he's moving, and go from there really. But again, you know, it is what it is. As long as I do what I've got to do, I don't care what he's doing. I don't think I should. I think that's the best way to think. For me, he can be running the mountains and he can be, you know, swimming, you know, from I don't know. It doesn't matter. But as long as I'm doing what I've got to do, it shouldn't matter what he's doing. And I know for a fact that I've done everything I can do. So whether he's, you know, sparring King Kong or not, it means nothing. You know, every title we have, people ask me that, and we was never meant to pick up the titles we picked up, so we can't really plan for after it, do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think Charlo's got all the rest, innit? I have a mad feeling that, you know, he's just too big. You know, after the first Castano weigh-in, you know, he looked bad after the weigh-in. I know he sorted it out for the second one, but again, it's hard to do that regular. So I have a feeling he's going to move up, and I feel the bouts will scatter. I think there's a mandatory for the WBO and the IBF. I think the other two will sit there waiting. So, you know, if I'm the only one with the IBO, the other bout, then I feel like I should get a good shot at grab one of them. But again, it's easier said than done. But we do need to get through this one first. Again, I've sold a good few tickets for this one. They've really come out for me. So again, there ain't nothing to say really. You expect what you expect when you come and see me fight. Of course, I'll try and dodge a few shots here and there, but we all know what's going to happen in the end. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate all the support, all the ticket buyers, all the well wishers. You know, everything gets read and it means everything. So I appreciate everyone. You know, whether you're there or you're not. I appreciate it massively.